Hello everyone, welcome in. And today I am going to be showing a build that I like to use for this week's GM and actually a few other GMs. This is a bottom tree Night Stalker build, and this week's GM is the Warden of Nothing. It is the Grandmaster version. For those who may not know, Grandmasters this season are 1360 recommended power. And the modifiers are Scorched Earth. The enemies are throwing grenades, so be on the lookout. The other thing is Shocker. Them lovely goblins, they drop them lovely arc pulls which do a lot of damage, so be on the lookout for those when you kill goblins. All champions, so make sure your team composition is separated with all three champions, with all three members using barrier. You'll thank me later. Shaft, there is no radar, so you can't see. And of course the Grandmaster modifiers, match game, equipment locked, extinguish. If everybody dies, you will be going to orbit. Limited revives, which you gain 1 revive upon killing champions. Up until 20 is the max. And of course, more champions. Now, here we go with the build. As stated, I'm running bottom tree Night Stalker. It is the multiple tether shot build. And some people may not know the most effective way to use this on champions, bosses, or whatever else. You fire the first one, you let that one sink in, and then you fire more. Your next shots will do tremendously more damage after you let the first one sink in. And then damaging enemies with grenades grants you melee energy. Making allies invisible grants you grenade energy. The smoke bomb will make allies all invisible if they're near you, and otherwise if not, it will make the enemies a little bit dizzy. And of course you get the perk Heart of the Pack, which grants weapon haste that increases mobility, recovery, and resilience. Very nice. And then lockdown. Your grenade effects last twice as long. Very, very good too. Now, I like to run a scout rifle with explosive payload. Explosive payload on champions is very, very good. It limits your shots to break shields by 1. My next weapon I like to use is Deafening Whisper. It's void because in this Grandmaster in particular, the only shields are void. And also this is a very good grenade launcher. I will explain a little bit more in a second. And of course the Anarchy for maximum DPS. My exotic piece of choice is Graviton Forfeit. Why? Because I stay invisible way longer than I do without it, which helps a lot to get you in and out of trouble, to just capture plates in the Prison of Elders section in this GM. And your melee recharge is faster while you are invisible. Very, very good. In the arms, I run anti-barrier scout rifle with unstoppable grenade launcher. With running double grenade launchers, if you pair that with Finder, and also you pair that with Scavenger, you will almost never run out of grenade launchers. And then chest piece, pretty basic, nothing similar here. I got my resilience mod to give me a 5, because a 5-tier resilience in this game is probably where you want to be base, especially for the in-game activities. My legs, I like to run traction, to keep me mobile, to keep me turning. If I need to hide, if I need to get, by cover, this will allow me to get there faster. And taking charge. Taking charge then activates high energy fire, which gives me a little bit extra weapon damage, which is also a bonus for almost anything. And then my class item, Breach and Clear. Breach and Clear this season is very, very, very good. Upon breaking a champion, you reload your weapons, and that also weakens the enemies, which it increases damage for a short duration. Pretty much a melting point. There's really nothing else to this besides to go to the stats. The 80 mobility helps me out because when I go invisible, by the time I'm done, mixed with the graviton forfeit, I have another smoke, so I can go the invis right away. And as previously stated, a tier 5 resilience does not hurt. That's about the base where you want to be at with almost any activity in the game. Recovery, it's a personal preference. I just run this. That's just what it is, because in GMs, you pretty much one shot anyways. You don't have a whole lot of time to recover. A decent grenade stat doesn't hurt. It'll keep your grenade filled with every 50 seconds or so, depending on the other modifiers you may got. A 50 intellect is about good for me because I don't use the bottom tree too much anyways. Then this particular GM. And the 40 strength, I don't worry about that. You probably wonder why. It don't matter with the high mobility and the dodge to get you your melee back. The high mobility pretty much counters the lower strength, which is not too bad because, again, as stated, once I'm done being the invis, I'll have another dodge to get my melee back. And with being invisible with the graviton forfeit, you get your melee back anyways. So, personal preferences again. This is my personal favorite build that I like to use for this GM and a few other GMs, which for more videos and more tips or anything, I will be posting more. And I thank you guys for watching. If this helps, like it, share it with your friends, which will help me out a lot. Thanks again.